Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
You kidding? The
Yeah,
chief wouldn't let a couple hundred
Yeah,
boys.
I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow. Huh?
Hi there. What can ground... Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs. Anything... They're run by Miss Hagen. Let's say they're... Now, if anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down. Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead. Against is a strong word. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that gets a mite boring. Oops! Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the... Her family's worked on it for... Gosh. This is the If you're here to report a... I'm not so good at filing. Folks are liable to start taking your file...
Filing, huh?
Sure. Sure. And stuff from outside. That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be... We can't just let anyone walk in here. All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just...
Wow! How'd you do that?
On my way. Moving.
Sure. Heading back.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Sugar gel flakes and purple berry flavored power nuggets. Now with
This is Halcyon.
Seeking relief from the... Nothing you need. And in fact, only the usual. Marauders all over space. They're raiding, and we're... Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is they're supposed to gather... Instead of the heat going where it ought, though. That's not for me to say. But if... There's no...
Hello. Welcome. How might I... My sincerest apologies. Regretfully, Now, if you have... I am the board's representative. You may call... If you're asking why he no longer sits at his desk, that's simple enough. If you're instead inquiring as to the precise... May I help? I haven't asked. I heard screams, in point of fact, from down the waste disposal hall. Now you know as much...
Renegade scientist Phineas Wells has been captured. Please celebrate appropriately. RT greet at this unit. This unit shock simulation restored. Initiating. How dare you? Try this unit dispense protein.
Welcome! Everything I sell is...
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above. Look at this. Time to feed the First, I'm gonna...
Well, hey there, your lordship. Good to see you.
Seeing you here feels like old times. Now.
Sure, everybody knows Captain McCred, terror of the Back Bay.
Felix is a good kid. Bad habit. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded. That's bureaucracy for you. Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long. Any friend of Felix is free to wander. The second floor is my place. Off limits to the...
Home sweet home.
Uncle Red gave me a taste of the good stuff.
Not another step in that direction,
Careful
friend.
with that shit. He'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos. Ah, that's one more time.
If you were one of the original colonists, this place would have been your home.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators.
Sounds about right.
Sucking fumes and talk.
I can't tell if you brought... I'll get back to my post.
You get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it
Where that chewy gristle blow? Shoot on sight, jesters!
bullshit.
Wake up.
I'm a good
Here we go!
Felix!
So Monarch ain't the only place people are liable to kill each other over basic machinery. Comforting.
What was that? Go! What did Fred ever do to you?
People with worms and their shrooms.
Here we go!
Woo! We on one piece? What a time I wanted to be an engineer.
Felix Millstone. Nice to
Yes, ma'am. In at least.
Uh-huh. I'm glad to see you in a captain's custody.
Don't know what you're talking about. I'm always honest around Ms. Tennis.
I'd tell you to stay out of trouble, but I know you'll find it anyway. Whatever you do, just make sure... Groundbreaker's radiators need replace. Only the board has access to new parts. They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bit. The board is... Those are... Wow. That's exactly... I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship.
controls are on the back of the machinery section.
Best there ever was.
Don't help me, the security mechanic screwed up and killed a bunch of men. Bad news.
Oh, perfect.
Here they come!
Unexpected noise. Investigate. Repairs required.
Everyone all right? That's the terminal. Jack, the temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
This is Halcyon News.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your... You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only... No kidding, huh? That sure gives me some breathing room. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to... I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could... Too much...
You aiming to send a mess? Well, yeah. Of course, we're... Our primary relay... The event's
For months?
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one Yeah, I'm working on it. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the... I should say no, but... Why? Oh, and... It's not like they're in high demand. I'm sure the station's got a stack...
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discuss. Discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
It's a touch different from the ones I've seen. Shouldn't be so hard to get it patched up, though.
Wonder if it's empty.
Oh, you got that?
All right, hushing up.
All together. Quickly, time it! Great work!
Something else!
There we go!
Woo! Yeah! Now that was fun! I don't think that's working, boss!
Gosh. Dead, ain't he?
Yeah, he's long gone.
Ah, your face is a Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
This is Halcyon News.
My comm center already got an up. Thanks. That's... Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received... Well, whatever's the cause. Thanks again for saving my derriere.
Be seeing you, stranger.
Temps are lowering across the station.
Some call it this unit. Beginning dispatch.
No. A better...
I'm sorry. Let me get one thing straight. Be my guest. If you...
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers.
Didn't. Glass ear? So. Nothing to fear. Sorry. Huh? What? Huh. Of course. Most of our supplies come in. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost... Fine. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together. Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia... She freely... Our Chief Tennyson has an... There's a reason the board's
To the last ratted on rut in time. You hull-headed... What? Why? Everything's fine. I'm just terrible, dreadful, sick and... Should have known she'd send a bruiser after... Alright, okay. Seems I've got it.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you, you, ain't with the board. See, I owe them a lot. What? No, Think? No. I recognize a Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it. Let's just say things went sideways. Anywho, I barely made it out with my... Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. Well, law have mercy. That sure works in my... You have my greatest gratitude for...
This is Halcyon News.
One of the orderlies told me Jesse's... Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment. If you're looking for a medic, I can work... If I'm being honest, and I prefer not, but we can say I'm You won't be sorry. Welcome to the crew. I'm a surgeon by... Not much else to know, Cap. It's a mix of whatever... I'll make you one sometime. Sure do. There's a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. I've done all types. Not at all. I chose this life. Though if I can offer another... And I meant it. I was only making... Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise... That about... Oh, come on. Look, the thing I've learned about living in close... I'm all for making a few bits... Nope. If there's no... You should... You gotta teach me that. Hey, how'd you get back there?
Anyone there? Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't... You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells. Until you've been... Thanks again. What usually happens on this partially pressurized... Well, actually two things broke. First, the damn... Time stood still. I was... Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have my ass for wage theft. You're gonna shake me down at... Fine. Here's every bit I've got. That enough for... You're a sick...
getting all our shots after this.
I've been meaning to break this jacket in.
You know that sound when you've snapped on and inject... Ellie! Mom!
I sold it. Didn't seem...
that mod...
You want to bust my chop?
Please don't mind her. Why, it gets you the...
Fast and... All the better for performing a little...
Take your basic dead-eye. What if you like it? Only takes a bit of elbow grease. Most ships have... no and yes. Right here? A what?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular advertisement for...
It's been a day. Could use a little privacy if you don't mind.
Now see here, what was I doing again? Damnable thing about living on a space station.
If you're here for this week's Oh, a little of... I also need throw pill.
I'm not sure that's...
That's half the reason. But that's not what you wanted to talk about. Ash the Comet, because that's... I think they made some fool mistake. Those board folk. But old Gladys knows the score. That's why we gotta keep them... Probably. Every claims he's transmitting from Monarch. And...
Apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Unless you're... Got a hot one for you, Captain. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. Do I look like your gossipy... I'm not here for a chat. We're the security force here on ground. The original force was made. Folks started... With that bastard McRed dead...
What can ground... That's what... Less than there used to be. Search me.
Hey there. Most places, I gotta... You need anything? Maybe. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent... Most of those... If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow... Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul... Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, a bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then... Yep. Seems like every year... Groundbreaker was... Once everybody been I guess that was the start. Sitting around drinking whiskey. Glad to... They... They're on... Well, they aren't. All right. All right. Be seeing you.
Ringo's Purple Berry Fudge. A salt sour candy shell. C&P Mirror Maple Syrup. Wheat breakfast.
Miss Lilia says you're vice president now. Takes me back.
If this is something... I don't...
What was that? Nothing there.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Dead center. Next round's on you.
Something...
Hey, Cap. Well, yesterday, Ellie and I almost got to fighting. She turned to Mike Green when I cooked up a bit of rap for... I like her. Shit. I will.
Welcome back. How can... I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. When I sit traveling the system, do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt, as you may be aware, in our travels. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? How can I be of assistance? Certainly. What would you like? Now, please. It's not. Everyone. Now. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. My pleasure. It's been scientific. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. Goodbye. We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
I'd show you around, but I gotta keep watch.
It's good to have a little law and order on Quanah for a change.
You ever think about what goes on?
Laws. What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place. We may be back on the path to respectability, but it's going to be quite some time before we're a proper town with culture.
Well, if you're...
Ain't a person on this planet who... Wait.
Now what? Anyone who's...
Hey, you ought to be paid.
I don't... Something... Not since... But it had effect. Nope.
I shipped with a merc who had a gun like yours, Nyoka. He polished it, sang to it, slept with it. Not like that, as far as I know.
Sounds like he had himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this?
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
The data on that cartridge was even more damning than I could have used. Anyway. I see. Well, that's excellent. What else can I...
If you leave town, watch out for iconoclasts. They're almost as bad as the rats.